Twilla, I saw you snitch to somebody's manager, Twilla. Why are you snitching to their manager, Twilla? You were snitching to their manager about them calling you guys a cult. You guys get out of there. Jaden, I see you, Jaden, the There's Jaden. Jaden, the prepubescent.
I smoke a cigarette, Scientology. My name's Sean. I work at Pizza Hut. I have a dog come.
Wait, what so happened? What did you guys think of it?
Nothing. It was just self-improvement bullshit for them to like tie you into a code.
Self-improvement, right? So they're going to help you improve your life. But yet they work 110 hours a week for no money. But they're going to be the ones that are going to help you improve your life.
Bad for all the people working in there are like in the cult.
No, they're totally in it. These are their true believers. Because at the end of the day, these are salespeople. And you're not going to be in this position unless you truly believe. Anybody who has sort of skepticism is somewhere working in a basement, working in a kitchen somewhere where they can truly control them. You're trying to recruit people. You're trying to get them into a cult. You have to have true belief in it. So all these people right here, they're too far gone. You're not going to get through to them.
I get it all the time. So it tastes fine.
How do we save them?
I'm sure.
How do you save them? You can't save them.
They're too far gone.
The only thing you can do, so Scientology used to have 80,000 members worldwide, maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Now they're down to about 20,000. So from 80,000 to 20,000, they're going out of business no matter what. I just like to accelerate the process. You can't. What they're doing is unsustainable because they can't even explain what they're about. They have to hide and hide and hide.
What even is it?
They believe that 78 million years ago, there was overcrowding in another galaxy. So they froze 1 billion people, like popsicles, brought them to Earth, dropped them in the volcano. See over there on that thing? Dropped them in the volcano. Then dropped a hydrogen bomb on the volcano. Then their spirits rose up of the aliens, the popsicle people.
It's a sci-fi author writing shit.
Then they grabbed the spirits. Listen, they grabbed the spirits and they brainwashed the spirits and they flung them out and they're attached to us. They're called body Thetans. And it causes everything that's fucked up in your life. Everything that's, all your pain, all your insecurities are caused by these body Thetans. So they want to help you get rid of these body Thetans. And once you do, you'll live forever. But it's going to cost you like $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $1 million. So that's what they believe, right? They believe stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's more sinister than that. These people right here, they work in the Sea Org. That's their paramilitary organization in Scientology. They work 110 hours a week. They don't get paid any money. They get $47 a week allowance. They have no contact with their family, no internet, no cell phones, no TV. It's here, back to the beds where they sleep in bunk beds, 4 to 6 per room, disconnected from society. A lot of these people right here are here on, like religious visas, but they come over here on religious visas, they take the visa away, working 110 hours a week, not getting paid. That's human trafficking, right here on Hollywood Boulevard.
You know what else I heard they do to try to get you like more into it is like, the therapy sessions where you're grabbing the things?
Yes.
So they'll try to pry information out of you by making you believe that they're actually doing something, and then they try to blackmail with you.
That's called auditing. So the two things that hook you up to, those are, it's called an e-meter, and it's like,
I did that.
It's essentially like a cheap lie detector test. And what they're going to do is they're going to, while recording every auditing session, they're going to ask you, what do you think of your family? What do you think of your mom, your dad? What's the worst thing you've ever done? What's the most deviant sexual thing you've ever done? It's all on video. And if you try to leave, they have that information. It'd be a shame if your employer or your family finds out about this.
They were trying to ask us our names and where we worked and stuff. I said Pizza Hut. What'd you say? You're an artist?
I'm an artist and a freelance photographer.
It's like they aren't getting that information out of me.
Well, they'll never leave you alone. If they get your name information, they're going to contact you for the rest of your life. Even if you move, they will find a way. So
I never just say the name of someone I hate.
I mean, I'm not saying what you do. I'm not saying what you should do. But I'm saying, if you have an ex-girlfriend or something that a neighbor, you don't care for.
They did that L. Ron Hubbard, like the thing where you like grab the poles, and they were like, "What's a person that brings you back to an experience?" I said Jason Love, and then they were like, "What's a stressful moment in your life?" I'm like the Minecraft.
Yeah, Jason Love.
Did they try to get you to buy the book?
No, they just showed us videos.
Okay, and then you lit up a cigarette, and that was it.
And I was like,
that's probably. Well, no. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. There's this. L. Ron Hubbard said that the way you prevent yourself from getting cancer is by smoking. He said you need to smoke to prevent cancer. But he also said that he wants to ban psychiatry, he wants to ban mental health medications. All you need is Dianetics and large doses of niacin. Crazy.
I mean, I think eating right and just being
definitely
can help you, but like all this
schizophrenia, like if somebody's schizophrenia, a guy that's like walking in the middle of the street, tearing his clothes off, arguing with nobody, that I don't know if, first off, he's not going to read the book.
He's not even going to know what he's looking at.
Right. So I mean,
fucking demons coming out of that shit.
At that point, it becomes harmful. Additionally, they think that anybody who has a disability brought it on themselves in a prior lifetime. It's your fault. And they do not want to help somebody who has a mental disability, learning disability, a physical disability. They believe that you should be thrown away.
So do you do like some type of outreach for Scientology people? Because I feel like you know a lot about it.
Listen, they started a beef with me 2 years ago.
What'd they do?
Oh, God. So I'm a cop watcher, and I was down there by another building about 7 blocks away, filming a police stop, guns pulled, all that stuff. And they came out of their building and said I couldn't stand there on the sidewalk. And I'm like, this is a public sidewalk. You're not going to tell me what I can do. And they kept on trying to bump into me and cause problems, trying to appeal to the cops. But the cops know me, they didn't want the smoke. And then finally, with one of the security guards, he told me to suck his cock. And I was like, man. So I said, I'm going to end your religion now. And you see the doors are closed right now. You know what I'm saying? They've been having a hard time.
Windows, you can already tell.
The tinted windows at this fog. Now remember, they used to be out here, 5-10 people out here wearing their same matching outfits, trying to recruit people. And then we used to have crowds out here of 50 people walking around with them, warning each individual, to the point where they had to shut this place down for a full year. They shut it down. And so for the last 4 months or so, they've been trying to creep back out here. We're trying to run them back inside. But most people that go in there now are like you guys. You guys already know what's about. You're just wasting their time. You know what I'm saying? When they were closed, they'd be in the back calling people, trying to get them, so they would be productive in that sense. Now, they're just dealing with people just wasting their time the whole day.
I was going to ask them what they think of South Park, but I was like, oh, they're going to know I'm trolling instantly.
Yeah, so if you asked about Xenu, right? Shannon would tell you, and she tells everybody, that that's just something South Park made up. It's not real. And to her, she believes that because
They probably told her that, right?
Well, she hasn't reached the level where you learn about Xenu, the popsicle people and stuff. That's OT3, their third level.
Yeah, she was talking about how it's like graduating university.
But she's never going to get to OT3 because that costs about $50,000, $60,000, $70,000.
And they have her in a position to make
She gets $47 a week allowance, and she's still got to buy her own toiletries, shoes, clothing, and stuff like that. She's working for free. So she will never get there, and they don't want her to know about it because that's crazy. And so yeah, she doesn't even know about Xenu. If you ask her about it, she'll say, "Oh no, South Park made it up." But you can look this up yourself. It's all on WikiLeaks. So.
Yeah,
Huh?
you log in.
Do I log in?
No, he said you can log in.
Oh, I'm just recording right now. A lot of times I'll go live or stuff, but this probably end up on YouTube and TikTok.
I was gonna do a YouTube video where I spent a month in Scientology, but I don't know how that would have ended up.
Well, there's the one guy who just did that out in Chicago. He did it for 2 weeks. He joined, and he got a lot of good footage. You know, I think right now you're out here and you have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another camera there, 5. You have 6, 7, 8, 9 cameras right here that you can't even see. See that pole over there? You have a high definition camera, license plate reader.
Yeah, that's why
it's all blended in.
We were out here talking about trolling. I was like, because I knew.
No, they're listening right now.
Yeah.
When you were watching the movies, if you were watching the movies in there and stuff, they watch you. If you look on the side, they have speakers because we used to be out here live streaming a lot, so they would copyright us by playing their music and stuff.
Oh, really?
No, they've gone to great extremes but we've heard them. They're in pain. Like I've been saying, this brings in about 70% of their revenue normally. They don't make any money right now. It used to be a conveyor belt of people just flowing in here, and they'd have 10 people out here recruiting, and they're just catching people, scamming them. Now they get nothing done.
Dude, we keep hurting them, man. I really respect that.
I appreciate it.
Imagine if we're all wrong and it was actually real.